My name is Sandra. I'm doing my study abroad presentation on Paris, France, where I plan to attend in the fall of 2019. Is the center of art, fashion, food, and architecture. As one of the world's leading cultural centers, it is home to many cultural icons like museums and monuments. This includes the Louvre and the Arc de Triomphe. French people love music, and the opera in Paris has some of the largest opera houses in the country. When it comes to fashion, Paris is the home of haute couture and the starting point of all trends. The French are really proud of their food, and Paris's food represents many regions and cultures. An important thing to know about French culture is that the French people tend to be very prideful of their government and their nation. If you say anything negative about French people, they tend to take offense. The country's motto is Liberté, Égalité, and Fraternité, which means liberty, equality, and fraternity. They think that Égalité, which is equality, is one of the most important of the words in the motto. Studying abroad, it's going to be a really important part of my experience that I make friends with people there. And so in order to make friends with people, I really need to understand the way that people socialize and the way that people interact with each other. And so one thing that I found that was really interesting while I was researching was that the people in Paris, they do have a negative stereotype of being very arrogant and kind of cold. But what I found that was people in Paris just tend to be a little bit more introverted than people here in California, where we tend to be very extroverted and we tend to think that, oh, we're instant BFFs with the people that we meet and we get super personal. And so I do think that this will be a challenge for me just because I have grown up all my entire life in California, and I'm also Mexican American. And so in Latino culture, we are very personal with people that we have just met. We're always trying to just be close with people that we just met, and so this definitely will prove as a really big hardship for me. But one way that I do plan on overcoming it is just getting to know the people and just observing, seeing how people interact and learning their way of interacting with people and trying to abandon my ways that work for me here in California. So one challenge that I think that will probably be the most difficult thing to adjust to will be the weather in Paris. I have grown up in California with 70, 80, 90 degrees weather, and I've just always been used to very dry hot weather. And so in Paris it is known to rain a lot and to also get very cold, and so that's something that I will have to adjust to. And so I will definitely have to be going out and buying a bunch of coats and scarves and boots and everything, that way I can be well prepared for when I go. I'm going to be studying abroad in the fall. I haven't completely finalized everything. I still need to get a visa, get my airplane ticket dates, all of that good stuff. And so once I do get closer to my departure date, I will start looking into that. However, for now, I've just been trying to buy clothes, trying to get my study abroad application going, and also asking teachers for letters of recommendations and all of that, and also buying clothes that I will need for when I finally do leave. Deciding to study abroad has honestly probably been one of the biggest decisions that I've ever made in my life. I initially didn't want to do it. It sounded kind of scary leaving my home here for 4 months away from my family, from my friends, going into a country or a continent that I've never even been to, with foreign language. It just all kind of sounded really scary to me, but honestly, after talking to professors, teachers, friends who have studied abroad or who have experience abroad, I think that it's honestly essential for every student to do, because from what I've heard, it is going to expand my horizons and open up my perspective to global perspective and not be so close-minded about things. And I do think that this is something that I'm really excited about, is about being a lot more open-minded, seeing different cultures, being culture shocked, being challenged in the way that I think, and in the norms that I practice every day without even thinking about it. And so I am really excited about that. And I think that, yeah, I'm just more excited than anything. Kind of the anxiety is still a little bit there, but definitely more excited.